Greetings everyone and welcome to the Occult Think Tank. My name is Greg. In this video I am going to talk about the idea of prophecy as well as spirituality, but also this desire people have to spam my channel on BitChute with their stupid bullshit. They want to try and act as if they want my opinion. No, you don't. Because the truth of the matter is all you're trying to do is push your bullshit agenda. But be that as it may, I had a person ask me about this Hopi prophecy. Honestly, I didn't know a damn thing about it, but my attitude on prophecy, I have talked about this. I have also done a video on the idea of free will versus predestination or determinism. And I have come to realize that I am more of a soft determinist. That I recognize we need free will, at least as a concept, in our society. However, I do think a lot of the things and choices that people make come down more to determinism. The aspect of one's genetics playing a part in their decision-making process, as well as the environment they grew up in, the family structure, the experiences they had growing up, the things that help to shape who they are. These factors, I don't think you can just ignore them. They do play a role in the decisions that people make. I adopt more of a soft determinist because I do think there has to be some degree of choice. But I don't think it's 100%. However, this idea of prophecy, if you actually believe that there is this Hopi prophecy, you're fucked. You do not believe in free will. Cut. Full stop. Because if there is this prophecy, that means that this is going to happen. That there's nothing that can be done to change it. So, what's the fucking point? Religious people, what's the point? What is the point of life? You have no free will if there is even one prophecy. Because even one prophecy means the future is already determined. Your choices don't mean shit. It's already been decided. If you want to cling to this idea of prophecy, discard your notion of free will. Completely throw it away. Your God didn't give you free will. He made prophecy. He determined what would happen long before it would happen. And nothing can change what it determined would happen. Because if you can change what was determined to happen, then it wasn't really a prophecy, was it? Because it didn't predict anything. The thing is, my issue with this prophecy down here is, and it's the issue I have with so many prophecies, it is so fucking vague. What the hell is when the blue star Kachina makes its appearance in the heavens, the fifth world will emerge? This will be the day of purification? What? There is no such thing as a blue star, whatever the fuck that is. What are you talking about? It is not clear. That's the problem with prophecies. They're so fucking vague. This one is a bit more specific. And I get why people are having their panties in a twist now regarding this. Because the first thing it states is World War III will be started by those people who first revealed the light. Really? The divine wisdom or intelligence. Okay, who the fuck were these people? In the older countries, India, China, Islamic nations, Africa, who the fuck were they? Because they're the ones that are going to be starting World War III. Don't just skip past how it starts. World War III will be started by, and then it names whoever the fuck this is. Who the fuck are they? Because we know Homo sapiens as we are now began in around Africa and what would be termed Islamic nations. That was the starting point. If you go back to ancient Sumer, the Sumerians, the area called Sumer itself became known as Babylon. That area now is called Iraq. It would be part of Islamic nations. So you would first have to identify who these people were who first revealed the light. Can't be us, because this light or divine whatever couldn't have been revealed by any human, because we didn't know shit. So what alien race is going to start World War III? And if you're going to try and say an alien race is starting World War III, then you can ignore what's going on with Vladimir Putin. Point blank. And the stupidity of Joe Biden. And how weak and ineffective he obviously is. All of that doesn't matter, because we weren't the ones that revealed this divine wisdom or whatever bullshit you want to make up. Thing is, next bullet point. The United States will be destroyed, land and people, by atomic bombs and radioactivity. Okay, why don't they just say nuclear bombs? Let's just cut to the chase of what they're claiming. I grew up with this shit during the Cold War. The idea that's when the idea of bomb shelters were really popular. People were thinking we were going to have fucking World War III. The fact that it seems more inevitable now because of Biden's weak-ass position on shit and bowing down to Putin at every turn, doing everything he can to look as weak and helpless as I think he actually is. But it's not a good look for the country of the United States, because all it's going to do is embolden somebody like Putin to being more aggressive, because it's like showing an animal fear. If you go up to a wild animal and you show fear, it's going to rip your throat out. It will jump on your fear and give you the very thing you fear most. You can bank on it. An animal will smell your fear. And in the same regard, I think Putin can smell the fear of Joe Biden and the administration that is in the White House currently. I don't think it's just Joe Biden that it's Vladimir Putin that can smell the fear on him. I think it's every world leader. China, Iran, all of them. They can smell the fear coming off of Biden and the Democrats. They can smell it, and they see it as weakness. But if this is a prophecy, then this is already determined. This is set in stone. You can't do anything about it. It's a prophecy. It's already been determined. It's going to happen. Nothing you can do will change it. If that is the case, what's the point? Next, the war will be a spiritual conflict with material matters. Oh, brother, here we go again. Yet again, this spiritual. What the fuck is that? Really? What are you talking? Are you talking some Casper-like thing? Or do you want to go to the aspect of the alien idea? But I'll get to that in a minute. As well as this whole spiritual shit. Spiritual is a bullshit term because it hasn't really clearly been defined. Because any definition I've seen regarding spiritual tries to shove the word spiritual into the definition. You don't use the word you're describing or defining in the definition of the word. That's just not how definitions work. But material matters will be destroyed by spiritual beings. Really? Who will remain to create one world and one nation under one power, that of the Creator. Sounds like a dictatorship to me. Point blank. It sounds like, from what that is saying, that these spiritual beings will remain to create a one world government, a new world order, under the power of one, and that being whatever this fucking creator is. So what are you going to have as your leader? Maybe that, or should we have it that one? Would you Christians prefer that, or would you say, oh no, that's Satan? Why? Because it looks different than you? How do you know the creator wouldn't look like that? You don't know. You're speculating. You're making shit up. The truth of the matter is, you people want to make it seem like these aliens are demons, but does that really look like a demon to you? That's from the 1950s. One of the Ebens. The thing is, that is fictional. There is no such thing that we can see and we can prove exists. This is an idea. It's a quaint little idea, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot of a hell of shit. There's also that one that is tagged as from the mid-1950s. The thing is, what's this creator? We haven't really defined that either. Then that time is not far off. I've been hearing this all my life, and I'm 49. That the time is not far off. Well, the time better hurry the fuck up. I'm getting old. And this shit's been said long before I was around. But the fourth world shall end soon. Yeah, we've heard that before. The fifth world will begin. The elders everywhere know the signs over many years have been fulfilled, and so few are left. Really, there's all kinds of talk about all these signs and prophecies and so forth of things that have been fulfilled. The religious love that horse shit. But there's no evidence when it comes to actually ponying up the evidence for the things that have been fulfilled. They're very scarce in their evidence. Or they try to act like it's a matter of faith. No, if you have evidence of this shit being fulfilled, prove your claims. I had watched part of the one video on this one guy talking about Hopi prophecy that was mentioned, and the first thing that caught my attention was how much he was using and talking about white man, white man, white man, white man. I get that some Native Americans, not all, I won't even use the term of a lot, but it's a common term of white man. Why do you have to focus on skin color? Why not just man or person? Why do you have to focus on skin color is my number one. Where I stopped watching was when the person had said about white man was dropping bombs on places like Japanese and so forth, and he said, for no reason. The bombing of Pearl Harbor was no reason. The people that died when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, that's no reason. That doesn't matter. That's no reason. Are you fucking serious? So it's no reason when it happens to others, but when it happens to you, then it's plenty reason. Fuck your ideas. That was where I quit. And I was, you know what? I'm not interested in this shit. This is all tribalism bullshit. It is all about what color is your skin. That's ignorant shit. We're in 2022. The idea that anybody would still be going to the color of your skin as an argument for or against something. Grow the fuck up. We've gone past that. You need a better reason. Skin color is not enough of a reason for shit. Get over it. Different people have different color skin because their ancestors evolved in different parts of the planet. Get over it. It doesn't mean that one is better than another, simply that their ancestors come from a different climate. It is the dumbest reason in the world to try and cause division. And this idea of a spiritual anything, prove it. First, you have to define what spiritual means, because if you're going to go with the silly notions like that, you're going to have to show me one that's not an artist's drawing, because that's artwork. You people that want to act and say, show me an alien, even though I can fucking do that. We have pictures of that from the 1950s. Okay, fine. Show me this spiritual being. Let me see it. Pony up the evidence. Come on. You don't get to have a double standard. If you want to have that you can say, show me an alien. Fine, there you go. Show me a spiritual being. Let me see it. Oh, what? The human eye can't see in that dimension? Too fucking bad. You have to show it to me. Because that's the criteria you're wanting from me. The truth of the matter is, you don't have any evidence of spiritual. If you go by the Bible, and that's stupid shit, the word spirit means ruach, or wind, or breath. You can't see wind or breath. So to try and act like there is some spiritual realm, our eyes can't see that. So how are you going to show me that exists? And that it's not a flight of fancy in your head, a buzzword that you like, something that tickles your ear. How are you going to prove it exists? Or, if you're wanting to try and act like there are some demons that are after you, how are you going to prove you are not suffering from psychosis? That is something, because that's the first thing that I would think. If you think you are under attack from some entity that you can't see, my knee-jerk reaction would be you should be checked for, are you schizophrenic? Or are you suffering from another psychosis? You're going down a very dangerous path if you want to try and act like there is some unseen realm and that you know this exists. It's very much like I had faced when I was having my battle with the Army on the idea of extraterrestrials. It was basically one of, I was told, shut the fuck up. Basically it was, unless you want to be taken to a little fucking room and poked and prodded by people to determine, number one, what the fuck's wrong with you, or if there is something, maybe something has gone on with this person. Either way, I don't like the idea of being poked and prodded by aliens. I sure as fuck don't like the idea of being poked and prodded by my own fucking government. I don't want to be poked and prodded. Period. Full stop. The thing is, if you're going to talk about this shit and you're going to try and act as if it's real, that there is this spiritual realm, and everybody else is like, I see no evidence of what they're talking about, it would seem more to my brain that there's something wrong in their brain. So we're going to, as the medical community likes to do, well, we're going to pump some drugs into you and see how you react. See if they fix the problem. In other words, having you a walking fucking zombie because you're running your dick licker about things that are spiritual and demons are after me. You're talking crazy, and you're going to end up in a predicament that you're not going to like. I already know people on BitChute aren't going to fucking like this. But the truth of the matter is, you're wanting to blow smoke and act as if there is this grand conspiracy. What you could be doing is what would be termed a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're setting things up, you're talking fucking crazy, you're going and attaching various buzzwords to shit that you have no idea what you're talking about, that if, or the high degree of probability that one does, I'm not saying definitively that aliens exist, I'm not saying they don't. What I am saying is, if you're running your mouth and making claims and talking all big, especially you Christians that want to try and act like you are some warriors for God, be aware. I went through basic training. I went through the training from the military. And when you're going through that training, you're training yourself and you're being trained to go to war. Let's just be crystal clear on what being a warrior for something means. I don't think you fuckers are prepared mentally, physically, for the war that you are saying that you're such warriors for this God. Especially when you want to be flying away like some fucking cowards. That you're looking to be raptured away. You want to run away before the fight. But you're such great warriors for Jesus. Those type of warriors nobody needs. The ones that want to run away and hide under their bunk. They're not effective to anyone. Or the ones that are too busy wetting themselves to be able to engage in combat. Yeah, you have to get done pissing all over yourself when bullets start flying. You can't be cowering and hiding. It's not the way warriors act. The thing is, what I see from so many is they want to try and play games. This might be one reason my channel's not bigger. I don't blow smoke up anyone's ass. I will talk about shit that makes people uncomfortable. And I will put my cards right on the fucking table. And it means sometimes that I'm at odds with the left and the right. Because I don't play games. I don't give a damn about your team, your side, your tribe. I don't give a fuck. I call it like I see it. If there's evidence for something, I will say this looks interesting. If there's not, if it seems like a puff of smoke in a grassy knoll, I'll say that too. What I'm not going to do is, what buzzword can I come up with that some dipshit will latch onto and be babbling their mouth about this buzzword? Now, I don't give a fuck about buzzwords. What I care about is what I can prove, what I can show. And if you want to try and say that there is some prophecy, you don't believe in free will, because you can't have your free will, your choice, when you have something that is already determined. It is a prophecy. It is determined. It's going to happen. If it's going to happen, you're fucked. All of us are. There is no free will. It's all been determined. Feel free to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Later, people.